Welcome once again to your weekly update from the city of New Hope. And as you see, a new guest today, Mayor-elect John Elder. John, welcome and thank you for joining in on this adventure, which will continue on for weeks and weeks now. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thank you very much, Dave.
Let's first get to a little bit about you for people that don't know you. Tell us a little bit about your work here in the city of New Hope and how long you have been involved in that community, but also where we're finding you right now in your office, a city over as well.
You bet. Again, the name's John Elder. I have lived in New Hope since 1988. I am married, been married for 36 and a half years. Three grown children, all married, six grandchildren, seventh on the way. And I've worked in law enforcement for 30 plus years and was a New Hope officer for 7 years. And currently, I am a police captain overseeing emergency response in Robbinsdale. I have been on city council since 2008 and decided to run for mayor this round, being that Mayor Hemken wasn't going to run, and very, very gratefully and humbly, I was elected. So I'll be sworn in on the 13th of January and do that for the next 4 years.
Well, congratulations to you. And we were talking a little bit before we went on camera with all of those grandkids. You had a very busy Christmas and you were the host, correct?
Yep. Actually, Christmas Day, we had six grandchildren, six of our children, we call the in-laws children, and six dogs. So my wife and I had a full house, but truly a joyous day.
Good for you. All right,
Thank
well, let's get to the work of the city here and some of the things that are coming up. The first one we want to talk about in community development, the Center for Energy and Environment, known as CEE. And we've talked about this a little bit in the past. Again, remind us what this is and how residents can get involved.
You bet. The City of New Hope put about $65,000 from the EDA, the Economic Development Authority funds. We transferred into a CEE account, and that's a Center for Energy and Environment. And that money brings us up to around $80,000 in that account. That money is used for low interest home improvement loans and emergency deferred loans that are available to residents. Interest rates are lower than average rates from banks, etc., and there are some income requirements for that. People that are interested in doing that can go to the New Hope, City of New Hope webpage, look under Rental Assistance Program, or contact CEE at 612-335, 5884.
Very good. And you see the New Hope website, newhopemn.gov. You can find out more information there about that program. Also about this next program, the Curbside Appeal Reimbursement Program. And the success continues. It sounds like home number 32 coming on pretty soon.
Yeah, we're excited about this program. This is a program where people can get pre-approved projects partially funded through this program. Some of the caveats are the project has to be at least $4,000. The project needs to be completed in 180 days, and reimbursement is 25% of the project up to $5,000. And it's easy to do. We did it. We replaced our garage door, our front door, and those were things that were on the list of approved things. It makes your house look better from the curb. I wanted to put in a flagpole, and they said that wasn't on the list of improvements. So things like siding and whatnot, that's those things are not on the list of approvals.
Very good. All right. Go again to the city's website to find out more. If you're watching this recording early, you still have a chance to get into this next event through community development, and it's the Business Networking Group. Tell us again a little bit about that group and why it's important tie with the city.
I like to attend these meetings. This is a group made up of businesses from New Hope and Crystal, and they network with one another. And as they network, there may be things that the city can do to support them in their business. And it's great to know the business owners. It's great to know what each of the businesses do. And it's really a cohesive group, and they really want to see each other succeed, and the city wants to see them succeed. So I try to attend each of those meetings just simply to support them and see if there's something that we can do to make business better for them in the city.
And that next meeting, if you're interested, is on the 8th of January, 2 p.m. It'll be at City Hall, New Hope City Hall. It's combined between New Hope and Crystal, and TAJ Studio, talking about photography and video work, a local business that you might want to learn more about. Next up is scattered site housing. A lot going on, as always, in this area. John, give us a little update of what the latest is.
Well, the scattered site housing program, for people who aren't familiar with it, is the city buys old, dilapidated homes, properties, and they can either rehabilitate them, or what we've seen most recently done is we buy it, we raise the home, and prepare the grounds for building, and we sell the lot to a builder. And we then get a nice new home, or the city gets a nice new home, which helps our tax rolls, as well as we've seen in neighborhoods where people have these homes being built, there's people have more of a sense of pride in their own property, and we're seeing people are taking care of their own properties better. So the scattered site housing, we may take down a home that's worth $220,000, and we're getting a $450,000 to $500,000 home put in there. Now, that has been very, very successful for us. There have been a number of lots that we've bought that are large enough to split into two lots. So we're getting two homes on that property while still meeting all the setback requirements and whatnot. We have one of those properties on the 4200 block of Nevada. And we have those properties all set to sell to builders. We sent out a request for proposal to, I think it's 12 builders, to see if they're interested in purchasing that land and building a home on it. We have a home that on the 5400 block of Zealand that's having its site prepped right now. We have one on the 5400 block of Virginia where sewer and water services were just installed, and the framing of the home is in progress. And we've gotten to the point now where people are able to go ahead and build homes around the year. I mean, things are no longer you can only build during the summer months. So, like one of the homes that were in the process is that they have it all wrapped up, all the windows in, all the doors, everything set. So they're able to do all the interior work throughout the winter.
And another great part of this program, it is obviously gives people that maybe have moved to New Hope and maybe are looking for a bigger house or something to make a step up and don't have to leave the city. Is that correct?
Absolutely. You know, what it does is it provides another level of housing in New Hope. And this is a higher end, more luxury home. And for people whose lives are in this area, it's really, really nice for people to have this now as an option to buy to remain in this area.
Very good. All right. More about that as we move through the weeks and see the construction continue. Let's now go to Park and Recreation. A lot of activity here as they're getting people out and about during the winter. We'll tell you about a few of the activities, but just in general, John, as far as the events that do happen, you're seeing great turnout, and this is just amazing to see these events be so successful.
You know, it cities can put on events, and if people don't take advantage of them and don't go to them, it's a waste of time. And we are seeing that the events that the city is putting on, but they're just widely attended. Case in point, we had open skating and movie night at the hockey arena, or at the hockey arena.
Mhm.
And there were more than 200 people attended the open skate and then stayed to watch a movie on that was on a large display on the ice,
Mhm.
and that was Despicable Me 4. And we're able to do this because we have stakeholders in the community that donate this. This particular movie in time was courtesy of the Armstrong Cooper Youth Hockey Association.
Mhm.
They sponsored the movie, and super great turnout. Really fun and interesting to see all the people out. I was able to get out there and to talk to people, and people are really appreciative to have this sense of community and have these sort of events.
Yeah, fantastic turnout there. Let's talk a little bit about the farmers market. You may have heard, viewers, here that we've been talking about the return of the market, and we have a great person to talk to about the market because you were involved back from day one of the first market. Tell us a little bit about that journey and also what's happening now.
Yeah, in 2008, when I first got on the council, a group of people came to the council meeting and said, "Hey, we'd like to start a farmers market." And I was completely supportive of it. And the mayor at that time, Mayor Opum, said, "Well, if you think it's such a great idea, why don't you be on the board?" So they asked me to be on the board, and I served on it for a dozen years. What we saw over time was the board dwindled down, and we had real problems getting volunteers. And so after a dozen years, we decided that we would let the market pass on, and we went without a market.
Mhm.
There was a great deal of uh, inquiries from the public saying, "Hey, we want a farmer's market back."
Mhm.
And so we've been able to make that happen. We've hired a market coordinator, and we're really excited to get this back up and running. Now, our previous market was always on Saturday mornings, and it was right down by City Hall. This time, it's going to be, I believe, on Thursday evenings, and it will be tentatively, right now, we're looking at it maybe at the New Hope Church, right off of 42nd and Highway 169 there on the northeast corner.
Mhm.
So, spoken with a number of the vendors we used to have. They're excited about coming back, and I'm very happy to see that this is something we'll be able to provide to the community again.
Very good. And we'll keep people up to date as the weeks go on, as that gets closer and closer. Let's go back to the ice arena. Here's some fun pictures of another event that happened there. The guy in the red suit made a visit there and had some fans with him. Is that correct?
Correct. On December 22nd, we had Skating with Santa. And again, huge turnout for that. Really was a great event. And, we enjoy doing this, and to have the young kids there, it really was a heartwarming event.
And the ice arena itself, not often that you won't see the parking lot full at this time of the year. There are things happening about every day.
Yep, the Armstrong Cooper Youth Hockey Association is so active there, as is the different high schools. We have games that are have Champlin Park teams, Totino Grace, Armstrong Cooper. I mean, we have a lot of schools using our ice arena, and it's great. It's just been a real crown jewel of the city.
All right, stop out and see some games this winter if you can. To human resources, we go in our update, and let's talk about the administrative specialist position and recent activity about hiring someone for that position. You had lots of applicants, I understand.
We don't do a lot of hiring at New Hope. We really don't. People come to work and they stay. It's a really positive work culture and environment. So we don't see a lot of turnover in employees. We did just have a administrative specialist position come open, and we had more than 150 applications and speaks well for the city, speaks well for I've seen our strike that I've heard of some of the folks that have applied. We have a great group of people to pick from, and we're excited to bring in a new staff member, although we will be sad to see Vicky go.
Definitely. Final couple updates here. First, from the police department, recently held the Blue Santa event. Again, remind us what that is and tell us about the success this year.
Yep, Blue Santa is where the New Hope Police Department works with families in need and children in need. And the Blue Santa Project served over 60 children in addition to 10 families. And some cities do shop with a cop, and this is a version of that.
Mhm.
And so the police department continuing to be so community oriented, they were able to really make the holidays much more enjoyable for a great number of people. We're grateful to them for that.
Let's hop over to the fire department. A couple updates here. The first relates to officers or volunteers now wanting to be firefighters. You've had a great turnout here as well.
We did. There were two open houses that were early summer where people could come in and get information about becoming a paid on call firefighter. That's the model that we use in West Metro Fire, which covers Crystal and New Hope. They received, I don't know how many applications, but a lot. And they just made 18 conditional offers to people to help bolster the ranks of the West Metro Fire Department paid on call team. And it again also speaks very, very highly for our fire department and the people that want to serve their community.
And one final update from the fire department, a update on leadership within that department. Tell us what is happening at the city.
Yep. Chief Larson has advised that she will be retiring at the end of 2025. And Chief Larson has had the wherewithal to have the mentality that there should be many people that are trained well enough that she could be replaced when she wanted to leave. And she has picked her date for departure. And so we went through a hiring process, got it down to two very capable candidates. And Josh Kundi, one of our assistant chiefs, has been given a conditional offer to become our next fire chief. He will have this time before Chief Larson leaves to learn the rest of the roles that he hasn't participated in and really be able to hit the ground running when he's going solo. So we're very excited to have Josh take this position. Although, as stated earlier, really sorry to see Chief Larson go. She's been chief for quite some time and has done a great deal to not only unify the fire department, but to really push community engagement and community involvement with the fire department. So she's been a great leader.
Well, John, thank you so much for the update today. Great to hear all the information of what's coming up and what's going on in the city. And again, newhopemn.gov. If you have information you're looking for about the city, you can find it there. Stick with us. We'll have a look at a few events coming up in the city that you might want to be involved in. John, thanks again for your time. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Dave, thank you so much. Be well.
For more city stories, check out ccxmedia.org or find us on social media.